Hi, my name is Timur Bislangurov. I am managing partner at Vista Immigration Law Firm in Moscow. Today I would like to talk about the fastest way to obtain Russian citizenship. As you may know, obtaining of Russian citizenship in a standard procedure may take about 7 to 8 years. Standard procedure means that you don't have any grounds to apply in a simplified process. And the most common grounds would be being born in Russia or Soviet Union, having a wife, having Russian kids, knowing Russian language, and others. Say you do not have any of those grounds. So what would be the best and fastest way in order to relocate and permanently reside in Russia and potentially get Russian citizenship? Well, Russian immigration laws are constantly changing in order to simplify and broaden the grounds that one can use in order to apply for Russian residency and citizenship. And one of those routes is to apply for Russian residency and then citizenship based on your profession. At the end of February 2020, Russia has established and adopted a list of 135 professions which are considered to be qualified and socially important for Russia. And if a foreign national works for 6 months in one of the professions from that list, such foreign national can apply for the residency permit without any other additional ground. Working for 1 year in one of these professions would allow you to apply for Russian citizenship. So, what are the professions? The full list of the professions you can find in the description of this video, but to give you a general overview of those, so half of those professions would be doctors and medical specialists, including nurses. About 15 or 20 professions would be construction workers and engineers, and it can be highly qualified specialists, and it can be low qualified specialists in this area. Then there are professions such as teachers, including the foreign language teachers, English language teachers. And then there are about 5 professions from the agricultural sector, even farmers. Yeah. So this is a general description of the professions and industries. Working in those, you can apply for Russian citizenship. And as I said, the full list you can find in the description of the video. So what will be the process to do that? Well, you would need to find an employer in Russia that would be willing to sponsor you the work permit, sponsor you with the working visa, and officially employ you in Russian Federation. What I mean under official employment is that you would need to have a labor agreement, and your salary has to be paid to your account, and the employer will have to uh, make pension contributions to the pension fund and other social taxes. Why it's important is because in order to apply for the residency permit and citizenship, the two documents you would need to provide on that particular ground would be labor agreement and the extract from the pension fund, which shows that employer made pension contributions. Um, and after working 6 months, you are ready to apply for residency, which will be for indefinite period. And after 1 year, you are already eligible to apply for Russian citizenship without any additional grounds. Um, we understand probably that it's not that easy being abroad to find a job in Russia for that particular position because of the market conditions, because of many factors, yeah, because it's not a very straightforward decision to right away go to a new country and apply for the work permit in that position. So what is the other way to do it? The other way to do it is actually to come to Russia, register your own company, and employ yourself in one of those positions in that company. Well, there are certain, of course, peculiarities about that. Yeah, you cannot do that if you would like to do, for example, English lessons, yeah, English courses, or be an English language teacher, because the company that you will register would actually need to be officially accredited with the Russian Ministry of Education in order to be recognized as an educational institution. So for English language teachers, the easiest way is, of course, to be employed in one of the existing schools. But if, say, we're talking about farmers, it's possible to come to Russia to register a company, obtain a work permit as one of those specialists in the agricultural sector. The work permit processing time is approximately 4 months. Um, you work, pay yourself a salary for 6 months, and in 6 months you're eligible to apply for residency. Processing time to obtain residency permit is 4 months, and after 1 year totally working in that particular position, you can apply for Russian residency. So overall, we're looking at about 15 months that you can potentially get Russian residency, Russian citizenship, sorry. There is also another possibility which is available, I would say, to students, to foreign students, because foreign students can, as of August 2020, they can, being in Russia on a student visa, they can work without a work permit. So it's much easier for the employer, yeah, to employ foreign national because the employer won't be needed to won't require to get a work permit and do this paperwork. So the students are allowed to work without a work permit during their spare time. So a student on a student visa, normally how it happens is a foreign national comes to Russia, applies for the 1 year Russian language course in order to study Russian, then potentially to go for a full-time education. But during this 1 year, he or she can find an employer and apply on the position from this particular list. And after 6 months, apply for residency. After 1 year, apply for Russian citizenship. The good news is also that as of July, actually July 24th, 2020, Russia terminated the provision that it had forever, is that foreign nationals that are applying for Russian citizenship need to give up their current citizenship. Yeah, even though this requirement was a formality because pretty much nobody lost their existing citizenship, but still, yeah, you feel a bit uncomfortable when you have to give up your current citizenship. But as of July 24th, 2020, there is no longer such requirement. So you can obtain Russian citizenship and keep your other citizenship. So these are the main changes and overview of the fastest way to obtain Russian citizenship. And again, as I said, the full description of the jobs you may find in the description of this video below. Uh, Hope this video was helpful, and if you have any questions, please, you are more than welcome to send those to me. We'll be happy to answer. Thank you.